We need to open our eyes.
This is Sparta!
You want answers?
Want the truth?
Everyone thinks they know all the different sides. I would say there's one more side. That's the Cohen side.
ScienceFictionUSA.com. Nice.
The Cohen side. Real political debate.
You can't handle the truth!
Ladies and gentlemen, is going to be quite an experience. Politics done right. Daily headlines. Punditry to a new level. If there's bias, we'll find it. If someone's lying, we're going to call them out.
What will you do without freedom?
This is the Cohen side. My partner in crime, Chuck Morse, my book sales will go through the roof. If I have to listen to you say that one more time,
I'm sentencing you to 24 months in prison.
I reject that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh!
Let the debate again.
There is a rational debate out there. I reject that. The Cohen side, fresh new take on political debate.
Don't be bashful. Step up.
CyberStationUSA.com.
Again, another reason why Democrats shouldn't feel so bad. The number 2 individual that may take over this Energy Commission, as quoted, has basically opened up the Bible on the floor of the Congress and said, I don't really believe that global warming is an issue, and I don't believe we'll ever have a negative, catastrophe from it, because, and then he opens up the Bible and he reads passages from Noah that says, God will not destroy the earth again.
Good. Well,
and that's great. But if these are the folks that the Republicans are going to put in charge of these commissions, much like the people
something against the book of Genesis.
Oh, I'm a lover of Genesis, Chuck, and to actually imply that is a little disingenuous because it doesn't belong on the floor of the Congress and it doesn't belong in a debate over the environment or global warming.
Do you believe that Genesis was given by God?
I do not believe it's a literal interpretation of anything God said.
I'm speaking here as a Jew.
Yeah.
That if the Bible, if the Torah is true, Torah emet, as we say every Shabbos, then yes, not only does it have a role in my life, but it would tend to influence my public moral stands and ethical stands on issues. Because if it's true, it's true. Now that doesn't mean I believe in a theocracy, I don't. But I'm going to be guided.
So it's informing your decisions.
It informs who I am, and I'm not ashamed to say.
And you know what, folks?
Any more than somebody might be.
Thank you for putting it that way.
Of claiming that
nobody should be ashamed of whether they do believe the Bible literally or don't believe the Bible literally. But here's where I'm sorry, this is where it hits the road. If you're going to go on the floor of the Congress and quote Scripture as opposed to scientific data, or as opposed to offering an opposing scientific argument, you know what? Great, but I want you to be held accountable for that, and on this show, I'm going to hold you accountable for it, because I'm sorry, Scripture does not, there is no place for quoting Scripture in an intellectual argument on the floor of the Congress.
I think Scripture is scientific and intellectual.
Let's be clear also. It's one thing to quote sections of Scripture to say, for example, here are the 10 Commandments. This is where I get my inspiration in terms of my role as a legislator. It is another thing completely to, again, quote Revelation as to what's going to happen. By that same token, he should get on the floor of the Congress and say, all you Jews out there, why don't you convert to Christianity? That's my mission in life, because that's what Revelation says.
That's not a public policy issue, but environment is.
Chuck, it's an opinion. Why can't he say?
It's not. Congress isn't holding hearings about making Jews become Christian, and nor should.
Thank God.
But they are.
Who knows what's next, Chuck? Thanks for giving us that image.
But they are holding hearings about the environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if someone wants to bring in Scripture, they should not be subject to scorn and ridicule.
If they're going to bring in Scripture that says the reason why I intellectually don't believe in this scientific data is because God told Noah I will never disturb the earth, you know what? That means you should never act on anything related to the environment because you know what? It's all good. It's
not
all
true,
good. God's not going to destroy the earth. It says so right here in the Scripture.
David, with due respect, is showing a lack of knowledge on the Scripture here because the book of Genesis says in the very first couple of chapters.
I'm listening. Go on. Tell me what it
God
says.
commanded man to be stewards of the earth.
Yes, he did.
Which means that we are
So now you're saying that this guy who quoted Scripture doesn't even know what he's talking about.
What I'm saying is that he is saying that we are...
Thank you, Chuck, for making that point for me.
We're saying that we're commanded to treat the environment properly because that's what God commands, but that God will not bring about another one of these, sky is falling, the earth is going to burn, everybody turn over your sovereignty and turn over your money because everyone's going to die, the desert's coming. Because we don't believe that. Scientifically, as well as intellectually and spiritually.
We don't believe what?
That these catastrophic conspiracies about the earth burning to
So you're saying that global warming is a catastrophic conspiracy theory?
In my opinion, it is.
Thank you.
Now,
That's all I needed to hear.
can't prove that.
All I needed to hear.
And that's all I'm going to hear. If you want to go further, I will.
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
You're entirely welcome.
That I hope we can put that on. I'll try to put this on YouTube.
I'll put it up on a flag and wave it every day.
That's what we do.